Hello, folks. It's another interview here on the floor of Collision 2024 for Startup Different. I'm Dave. He's Jason. Jason, how you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm super duper. SYZL. I like it already. Probably the best name we've run into in at least 15 interviews. Can you tell me about it?
Yeah. So we're a kitchen space marketplace platform. So when restaurants are closed, their kitchens are underutilized. So we rent them on our platform to food makers who want to try out their hand at creating their own food businesses, and they can use these kitchen spaces on an ad hoc basis to cook their food, sell their food, and then just leave with no further commitment like a lease or anything like that.
That's really interesting. So it's like I have a restaurant. Let's say I'm open from I'm busy probably like at dinner time and at lunchtime, but there's like that gap there from like 3 to 5. So you're saying that I could, as another business, like come in and rent that kitchen?
So you're like sort of sharing your kitchen space. I wouldn't say 3 to 5. Usually it's more like at night time. So it'll be like from midnight to say noon the next day. So these times are like large periods of downtime when someone else can come in, use your space, pay you for your space, and then get revenue themselves, generate revenue themselves.
That's cool, but two questions, or one comment, one question. So one is that it's kind of like an idle capital business. It's like, this is just something laying around. I love idle capital businesses. Like, I love using stuff. It's just more efficient. It feels nice. Second question though is, who is buying food at like nighttime? Like, tell me more about those businesses. Like, so they're making food there. Is it for the next day? Is it for people who are drunk out at the bars? Like, what are we talking about here?
Yeah, so there are a lot of avenues that our food makers use to sell their food. Some of them, they do sort of like packaging stuff to sell at supermarkets like Walmart and Costco. Some of them, they prepare food at the nighttime and then they sell it in the daytime through Uber Eats or their own Instagram shops, stuff like that. And some of them just do like food influencers, so they create content on social media, but they use the kitchen as a space to like film and prepare their food. Yeah.
That is so cool. The last one I didn't even think of. Should we get into pivot into food? I'm not sure how you feel about that. Chris, you're a great cook. Anyway, really cool. So we're asking everybody here today, what is one sort of startup myth or piece of advice that you would give another company or founder, small company here today? What do you got for me?
Honestly, I don't have much to say because I have only been in this space for like a very short amount of time. Okay. I don't think maybe something that surprised me was that there are sort of, it's not always, people say that startups are always like very volatile, very unstable. There are periods of time where you're just steadily growing. There is very like expected stuff that's happening. There are times when it's volatile, but there are times of stability where you can sort of relax a bit and take a bit of a chill pill before going back into the sort of volatile, explosive growth that you're looking for in startups.
Interesting. So there's, I think that's actually a pretty good lesson, that there is more stability than you think. Yeah. And sometimes, is this company venture capital funded, or is it just bootstrapped, or where are you at on that?
Yeah, there's venture capital funded and there's incubators as well. So we're actually with the DMZ.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Great. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for spending this time with me. SYZL, check it out. And Jason, thank you so much for the interview here today. Folks, that's another interview here for Startup Different on the floor of Collision 2024.